Now, I've watched Norbit many times, and many times I've laughed, but now as an adult, rewatching it, you know what? It does not hit the same. I realized this is not a comedy. This is a psychological thriller wrapped in a fat suit. Eddie Murphy was exposing half of the stuff we normalize in our communities, and we didn't even catch it.
Don't listen to the hollow words. Don't fall into the hands. Don't follow any other path but your own. Don't need to live up to their demands. Only your heart can tell you what is right. You really should listen.
Disclaimer. Look, the Divine Wildflower is all about truth, tea, and transformation. In that order, we talk culture, relationships, healing, and yes, a little real world mess, but baby, it's all opinion, not fact, not gospel. So don't quote me in the comments, okay? We're just here to share perspectives, laugh through the lessons, and remind every black woman watching that she's allowed to evolve and be entertained. Healing ain't linear, baby, and neither are we. Let's start right at the beginning, because Eddie didn't waste no time. Norbit, a newborn black baby, gets thrown out of a moving car like trash. Not placed, not left, thrown. And that right there symbolizes how so many black children enter the world, unwanted, unprotected, and unloved from the start. Then Mr. Wong picks him up and says,
Ugly black one too. You be here long time. Nobody ever come and say.
But that's how it is in real life. Most of our kids are born in certain circumstances. They don't get innocence. They don't get softness. They don't get protection. They start life in survival mode before they even take their first steps. And let's talk about Mr. Wong for a second, because why in the hell is he the orphanage director? With the most chaotic mouth, he says anything that comes to mind. Offensive, out of pocket, messy. That's symbolic too. He represents the elders who raise children with jokes instead of nurturance, insults instead of support, sarcasm instead of love, the you better toughen up parenting style. So Norbit grows up hearing he's ugly, unwanted, weird, and you wonder why he becomes timid, quiet, eager to please, and scared of confrontation. Childhood programming did that. Norbit as a kid was geeky, awkward, and different. And kids like that in our community get the hardest time. He might even be slightly mentally delayed, but instead of being protected, he's bullied even more. Children like Norbit grow into adults who don't speak up, don't set boundaries, attract controlling partners, confuse fear with loyalty, accept mistreatment because it's familiar, and think kindness has to be earned. Norbit didn't choose Rasputia, trauma did. Now this woman right here, Rasputia, is the final boss of unchecked insecurity. She's aggressive, manipulative, controlling, violent, loud, jealous, emotionally unstable, and she uses her brothers like a gang to enforce her dominance. Rasputia isn't just a character, she's a creature created by childhood pain, lack of love, rejection, insecurity, fear of abandonment, and zero emotional regulation. She symbolizes a certain type of woman we all have seen a time or two. Women who get big and loud because they're scared, not strong. Women who become bullies, so no one ever bullies them again. Women who confuse intimidation with love. Now before we go any further, we gotta address the elephant in the room, okay? And I'm not talking about Rasputia herself. I'm talking about the way Hollywood loves to exaggerate certain stereotypes about black women. Because listen, we've all seen a Rasputia before, okay? But the way she was written and presented, that wasn't an accident. She represents the loud, angry, aggressive black woman trope, the big, dark-skinned woman who bullies men trope, the unattractive black woman who has the forced love trope. And you know how Hollywood loves to push those archetypes on black women as if they only existed within the black community. It's that mixture of colorism, fat phobia, and anti-black caricature, wrapped in comedy like that somehow makes it okay. And the saddest part, these stereotypes are still used today to shame, mock, and dehumanize certain types of black women. So yes, Rasputia may be funny, but she also represents on screen how society loves to demonize dark-skinned, plus-size black women as too much, too loud, too aggressive, and too masculine. Yet there are two sides to every coin. So when we break down Rasputia's character, we're not just roasting her, we're also exposing how these stereotypes show up in real life, because Eddie Murphy didn't pull her out of thin air. He was exaggerating a real archetype and stereotype that our community knows all too well. Rasputia didn't choose Norbit because she loved him. She chose Norbit because he was safe prey. She knew he wouldn't talk back. He wouldn't leave. He wouldn't challenge her. He was easy to dominate. He was trained his whole life to please others. That's not a relationship. That's a hostage situation. When Kate comes back into town, Norbit lights up like a Christmas tree. Around her, he's soft, he's expressive, he's confident, he feels seen. Kate represents the what-if life, the version of himself he could have been if he wasn't raised in dysfunction, the partner he deserved, the peace he never had. She sees him, not who his trauma made him, but who he actually is. Now, when Norbit finally leaves Rasputia, the scene is deeper than comedy. It symbolizes the moment you stop choosing dysfunction because it's familiar and start choosing yourself because you're finally tired of the suffering. Leaving a toxic situation is not easy for people who grew up like Norbit. It's terrifying, it feels wrong, it feels disloyal, but it's freedom. Eddie wasn't just trying to be funny. He was showing Black childhood abandonment, toxic households disguised as humor, violent relationships we normalize, people staying in abuse because it feels familiar, and how trauma shapes personality, how kindness becomes a prison, and finally, how many Black adults walk around emotionally stunted because nobody protected them as kids. But he wrapped it in jokes so we could swallow it. Now that's why Norbit hits different as an adult, under an entire different lens. If you resonated with this video, drop your comments below, subscribe and hit the like button if you haven't already. It really helps the community grow. Until next time, I love you all and bye.